What's up, Fox? I said, I know what's up. You trying to clone me, motherfucker. I saw the white clone. And I know why you're trying to clone me and make me white, because I'll sell better overseas and all this other kind.
On February 26, 2026, Jim Carrey stepped onto a stage in Paris to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. Music, his daughter was there, his grandson was there, and his partner sat proudly in the crowd. Jim delivered his entire speech in French, smooth, confident, effortless, and the room swelled with emotion as the audience watched a legend celebrate decades of brilliance. From start to finish, it looked like a perfect moment. But the second he walked backstage, the internet lost its mind. Within hours, social media erupted with theories, panic, and pure chaos. Megan Fox jumped into the comments sounding genuinely shocked, while Katy Perry dropped a mysterious bullseye emoji that sent everyone spiraling. Over on TikTok, one wild claim was echoing across every corner of the platform. He's been cloned.
Please welcome Miss Wanda Wayne! Holy crap!
Hey, what up? How y'all doing? Lakita, I told you I was gonna be on TV, girl.
Suddenly, millions of users, not just conspiracy pages, but everyday viewers, were convinced the man who accepted that award was not really Jim Carrey. And that's where things get strange. Jim is 64 years old and has been one of the most recognizable faces on the planet for nearly 5 decades. Yet he shows up in Paris, speaks French on a major stage for the first time, and instead of the internet celebrating the moment, it starts tearing it apart. People zoomed into photos claiming his eyes looked different. Others insisted, that's a body double. Some even claimed the real Jim died years ago. At first, it sounds like just another viral theory. But the deeper you look, the stranger it gets, because according to some fans, someone close to Jim had already warned that something like this could happen. And once you hear what happened to Jamie Foxx, the whole story starts to feel a lot more unsettling. What makes this even crazier is that Jim's own former co-star had already lived through the exact same internet storm. When the web started accusing Jim of being replaced, Jamie reportedly reacted with real concern, making it clear this was not something to laugh about. To understand why he'd take it so seriously, you have to go back to where it all began. This is not just a random celebrity connection. The story stretches all the way back to 1991, on the set of In Living Color. 2 unknown performers landed on the same stage at the same time. Jim had already been rejected by Saturday Night Live twice and was close to walking away from comedy completely. Meanwhile, Jamie, whose real name is Eric Bishop, was struggling just to get stage time at small open mic shows. He even changed his name to something more gender neutral so comedy clubs would actually pick him. Both men finally got their shot on In Living Color, sharing the same cast and soundstage from 1991 to 1994. Jim exploded as Fire Marshal Bill, wild facial expressions, full body chaos, audiences losing it every single time. Jamie stunned viewers with his character Wanda, blonde wig and all, going completely all in on bold, fearless comedy.
Said I was a clone. That made me flip in the hospital. That's it. These motherfuckers are trying.
Over time, both performers became true masters of transformation. Jim stunned audiences in The Mask, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jamie later delivered a powerhouse performance in Ray, earning him an Oscar, alongside major roles in Django Unchained and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Electro. For decades, these two built legendary careers by completely disappearing into other characters. And now, 30 years later, both are facing the exact same chilling accusation from the internet: you've been replaced. You're a clone. But before we get to Jim's moment in Paris, you need to understand what happened to Jamie first. Because Jamie didn't just see the rumors from a distance. At his lowest point, he almost started believing them himself. And the reason why is genuinely disturbing. April 11, 2023. Jamie was on a movie set in Atlanta when something suddenly went very wrong. He complained of a severe headache and asked someone for Advil. After that moment, everything went dark. Reports later revealed he had suffered a major medical emergency involving bleeding in the brain, requiring emergency surgery. He remained unconscious for nearly 20 days. When he finally woke up, he could barely walk, felt constantly dizzy, and needed a wheelchair just to move. His family kept everything tightly under wraps, no updates, no details, total silence. And the internet completely spiraled. Posts were flying claiming Jamie was paralyzed, that he'd gone blind, that Diddy had tried to kill him, and that he had been cloned. The theories spread like wildfire. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. While Jamie was still hospitalized and on heavy medication, including OxyContin, Dilantin, and morphine, he somehow managed to sneak his phone and start reading what people were saying about him online. He saw the clone theories, the body double accusations, conspiracy posts racking up millions of views while he was still fighting for his life. The medication made it worse. His mind began blurring the line between what was real and what he was reading. During a Hollywood Reporter roundtable in May 2025, Jamie opened up about just how disorienting that experience was. At one point, still heavily medicated, he hallucinated seeing a white version of himself walk into his hospital room. His brain had taken the conspiracy theories he'd just read online and twisted them into something that felt completely real. The next morning, a psychiatrist came to check on him and asked if he was okay. Jamie responded with one confused question: "Am I all right, or am I all white?" Doctors immediately reduced his medication. That moment says everything. What started as internet speculation had reached a man already fighting through one of the most terrifying health crises of his life. It wasn't entertainment. It was a frightening, destabilizing experience that blurred his grip on reality. And now that you know what Jamie went through, Jim Carrey's moment in Paris suddenly feels a lot harder to dismiss. Look closely at the timing of their last major roles, right before the conspiracy talk erupted. Jamie starred in They Cloned Tyrone shortly before his medical emergency. The entire film centers on a secret government cloning operation, and Jamie plays the man desperately trying to uncover the truth.
A rumor surrounding actor Jim Carrey is debunked after speculation swirled online that an impersonator had accepted Carrey's Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2026 César Awards in Paris. The award show's general delegate praised the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind star while detailing the prep that went into his appearance. Gregory Collier says of the doppelganger rumors in a March 2nd statement to Variety, Jim Carrey's visit has been planned since this summer. From the outset, he was extremely touched by the Academy's invitation. 8 months of ongoing constructive discussions. He worked on his speech in French for months. Carrey was supported by his loved ones, including 38-year-old daughter Jane Carrey, whom he shares with his ex Melissa Warmer, and his quote companion Min Ah.
Then, only months after the film dropped, Jamie suddenly faced a life-threatening health crisis, and not long after, the internet started flooding with clone theories about him. Now look at Jim. His last major role before the Paris controversy was Sonic the Hedgehog 3, where his character deals with shifting identities and wild transformations. Jim had actually announced his retirement back in 2022, yet he came back for this one project. And shortly after, the theories started. When actors known for transformation suddenly appear different after playing characters tied to identity, the public starts connecting dots, whether those dots belong together or not. Silence only makes it worse. And Jim had given people plenty to work with. In the years before Paris, Jim made several public comments that still circulate online. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, he joked that entertainers exist to distract people from serious issues. The audience laughed. Some viewers at home didn't. On a red carpet, when asked what was happening in the world, Jim looked directly at the reporter and said calmly, "It's not our world. None of this is real. We don't matter." Not a pause, not a smile. Just that. He once also said in an interview that Jim Carrey was a character he built because he thought it was what people would like. A man who spent years publicly questioning identity and reality, suddenly appearing different to some viewers at a massive event in Paris. Whether the theories hold up or not, millions felt the pattern was too strange to ignore. But when the internet exploded, the actual facts started pushing back. The organization behind the César Awards released an official statement confirming Jim's appearance had been planned nearly 8 months in advance. He had spent months preparing and rehearsing his French speech. He traveled to Paris with his partner, his daughter, his grandson, and around a dozen close friends. His publicist went on record: no body double, no replacement. Just Jim. Then there was the confusion surrounding Alexis Stone, a performance artist known for dramatic celebrity transformations. Photos of prosthetic makeup from Stone's work started circulating as supposed proof of a body double. But Stone never claimed to be Jim at the awards. The internet simply grabbed the images and ran. Medical experts also stepped in. Dr. Gary Linkoff and other specialists pointed out that the differences people noticed could easily be explained by natural aging or cosmetic treatments. Jim is 64. Faces change. But the bigger issue isn't fact-checking. It's the human cost. Jamie already showed the world how dangerous these theories can be. After surviving a brain bleed and waking from a 20-day coma, he still had to recover while millions of posts claimed he'd been replaced, reaching him while he was medicated, vulnerable, and barely holding on. Ice-T said it simply but powerfully when he defended Jamie online: "You look different after a bad cold." People would rather believe clone stories than accept that a man nearly died and needed time to heal. Now Jim has stepped into that exact same storm. The same accusations, the same viral spiral. And his response so far: total silence. Not one public word. In May 2025, while doing press about his own recovery, Jamie was asked about the rumors surrounding Jim. It clearly hit a nerve. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Jamie said, "I'm sad not because people are questioning my appearance. I'm sad that people are stupid." Then he added something many viewers missed: "The world I live in has people that believe a 64-year-old man is now apparently a clone." He wasn't joking. He knew exactly what Jim was going through, because he had already lived it. He even added, "This is something he should laugh about." But stupidity like this is not a laughing matter. That message was aimed directly at Jim. Jamie eventually broke the cycle by speaking out, appearing in interviews and a Netflix special where he faced the world and showed everyone he was alive, healing, and grateful. He told viewers, "You are looking at a man who is thankful. It's been an unexpected dark journey, but I can see the light." Jim has taken the opposite path. And the uncomfortable truth is, silence doesn't stop rumors online. Deny it, and some say the clone is trying to convince us. Say nothing, and others claim see, he can't deny it. For someone like Jamie, watching a close friend walk into the same impossible trap must be painful. And here's the real irony at the heart of all of it. Jim Carrey and Jamie Foxx built their entire careers on one extraordinary skill: transformation. Becoming someone else so completely that the audience forgot the actor entirely. Jim did it from The Mask to Ace Ventura, from The Cable Guy to The Truman Show, from How the Grinch Stole Christmas to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jamie did it so deeply in Ray that audiences forgot they were watching an actor, and took home the Oscar to prove it. These are masters of transformation. And now that very gift is being used against them. It goes far beyond just these two men. Every time a celebrity goes quiet, changes their appearance, takes on a heavy role, or simply gets older, the internet reaches for the same word: clone. It's happened to Britney Spears, to Joe Biden, to Selena Gomez. The pattern never changes. What Jamie has been saying since leaving the hospital carries a message worth hearing. Aging happens. Illness happens. Time changes everyone. But instead of accepting that, some viewers invent stories about replacements, and in the process, real people get hurt. Jamie fought his way back from the edge of death, only to have strangers online insist that's not really him. Jim spent 50 years making the world laugh, and now faces the same wall of doubt. In the end, Jim walked onto that stage in Paris with his family watching, accepting one of the greatest honors of his career. It should have been nothing but celebration. Instead, millions of people decided the man on that stage wasn't even real. So, should Jim speak out the way Jamie did and face it all head-on? Or does his silence mean something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every single one. If you made it this far, hit like, subscribe, and share so more people can join the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.